What's up? What's up with it? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let me know y'all up in here. Tell me what's up. What's the deal, man? Let me know y'all up in here. Let's get it started. Training camp is amongst us. Got some stuff to talk about. Got some stuff to talk about. Make sure y'all comment. Y'all let me know y'all up in here. Hit that like button when y'all jump through too. Let me know y'all up in here. Let me know what's up. Already, y'all let me know what's up. Y'all comment. Let me know y'all up in this thing. Shout out to Fox 26. Shout out Sauce Nation. Y'all already know what it is. I said, comment, let me know y'all up in here. Let me know what's up. Comment, let me know y'all up in here. I see more people coming in, but the likes ain't jumping up. Make sure y'all hitting that like button when y'all come through. Make sure y'all hitting that like button when y'all come through. Already shout out to Fox 26. Appreciate it. Yo, what's up, man? Yo, what's up, Orlando in LA? What's good with you, man? What's good? Out there in LA with high prices at. Already, man. Yo, Wild World. Hey, man, shout out World, man, for the super chat love, man. Appreciate you up in here. Already kicking it off with the super chat. Appreciate that, man. Here we here, dog. Appreciate you. Ready for the start of the season? Already, I'm ready for the start of the season too. October can't get here fast enough. NFL season about to kick off. Football my first love, but hey, I can't wait for the NBA season as well. Can't wait for the NBA season. Like I said, appreciate that shout out Wild World for the super chat love. Marlon Mack, we gonna talk about it, man. I don't see Marlon Mack getting. I don't see Marlon Mack getting 100K. I mean 100K. Getting 1,000. I don't see it. I don't. I really don't. I really truly don't. I don't see him getting it. I don't see him getting it. Starting alive with a bag already. Already. What do you think about Julio going to Tampa? I ain't gonna lie to you. I forgot Julio was still on the market. Like when I seen the notification, well, actually, the guy at work told me about it. He said, "Hey, Julio Jones signed to Tampa." I didn't know who he was talking about at first. I actually forgot. I forgot Julio was still on the market because the guy I'm talking about, he a Titans fan. So Julio played with the Titans last year. So you talking about Julio going? I'm like, oh, I forgot Julio on the market. I know Jarvis Landry signed to New Orleans. I said, well, I mean, Will Fuller's left on the market. Odell's still on the market. There's another receiver too. I can't think of who it is. But basically, he's going to be he's going to be this year's version of AB. How they basically use AB for the last year and a half up until that Jets game, I think it was when AB left. So it's basically what Julio is going to be. I mean, he's not going to be the first or the second option when you got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin there. But then again, Gronk is gone as well. So I definitely think I mean it's Julio's. Obviously, it's going to be Julio's best shot he's ever had to get a title because he has Tom Brady, and that division is, especially with Tom Brady being in the division, that division is easy to win. I mean, Atlanta's not really doing nothing. Carolina's not doing anything. Like the team to worry about, the team to be worried about would be the Saints. So kind of like it was here last year in the AFC South for him when he was with the Titans. The only team he had to worry about was the Colts because obviously the Texans and the Jags weren't going to do anything. Um, so it definitely could be a good situation for him. Like I said, it's definitely gonna be, I think, his best chance, his best opportunity to actually come up with a ring. So uh we'll see exactly what happened. But that's why I feel like he's basically this year version of AB. The NBA season just ended. What you mean you ready for it? Because we ready for it because of everything that's going on, and the NBA season ends and starts so quick. I mean, it ends in June and starts in October. So The NBA season, like I mean, the NFL season, it has a long layoff period when it ends in February slash really January, ends in February, January, and doesn't start back again to September or August. So the preseason starts in August. So that they have the longest like time of no games. Finna run it up. Uh, pr- Finna run up on prize picks for this season. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Did you see Tunsil posted Twitter that means our running game is going to be? Man, listen here. We haven't been able to run the football outside of the 1 year with Carlos Hyde. We haven't been able to run the football since Arian Foster. Because even the times Lamar Miller got 1,000 yards, it was a hard 1,000 yards to watch. It was not a good 1,000 yards. It was a hard it was a hard 1,000 yards to watch. It was a hard 1,000 yards to watch. It was not a good like it was not a good fluent, easy going 1,000 yards. Like I said, we haven't been able to run the football successfully. Like I said, outside of 2019 with Carlos Hyde. That's the only exception. We have been able to run the football really effectively, like I said, since Arian Foster in 14. Like 14 was the last real good run season because 15 Foster was still here, but he only played like a couple games because he started the season off with a hamstring injury, then ended up tearing his Achilles, and didn't finish out the rest of the season in 15. So like I say, 14 was his last real good year. And then, like I said, we haven't been able to run the football since then. Like the running game has not been the same since obviously Kubiak leaving. I mean, that's really what held the running game together. I mean, Kubiak always has 1,000 yards receiver. I mean, 1,000 yards running back. I don't really know a Kubiak running. I don't know a Kubiak running system that didn't have 1,000 yards. Like I can't think of a Kubiak led offense like him offensive coordinator, him being the head coach, and they didn't get 1,000 yards. They running back didn't get 1,000 yards. I mean, unless a running back got hurt mid-season. I mean, like that's different. Like I've had a running back and a running back is hurt mid-season. Because I mean, you had the year that both Ben Tate and Arian Foster almost had that. Just like Ben Tate was like what 50 yards away from getting 1,000 yards, and that Arian Foster was on their team, and Arian Foster ran very well. And Arian Foster had what I think 1,200 yards that season if I'm not mistaken, and Arian Foster had 1,200 yards, and Arian Foster had 1,200 yards, and Ben Tate was like 50 yards away from 1,000. That's good coaching because you see when Ben Tate goes to Cleveland, and Ben Tate does not do that again. Like Ben Tate doesn't have the type of season he had. Was it 2011? Yeah, 2011, the 2011 season. So he doesn't have that type of season again. So it's definitely coaching when it comes to Arian Foster getting open. You hoping to see Russ on a fast break? Ru- I totally agree with you about the Texans. What's your ceiling for the rotation? Fultz, Suggs, France, and Paulo. Uh, my ceiling for the rotate. Okay. God, I think that's the starting five. I think that's the starting five. I think Cole is going to be the first off the bench. I don't know what to make with Ji. That's the thing. I don't know if Ji is fully healthy. I don't know what to make of Ji. I don't know what they're going to do with Ji if Ji is fully healthy. I don't know. Do you move him as the small forward and take France out and have France come off the bench? Because Paulo's going to be the starter, obviously, at the four. So do you have, because Ji, really, even though Ji's natural position is the four, Ji has only played the three as a starter. Because every time he hasn't played since you dealt AG, and AG was the four. So he can play the three. Obviously, that's where he was playing at. I know in certain packages and certain rotations he was playing the four. If I'm not mistaken, I think in certain packages and rotations he was out there at the five. So and a very small sample size, obviously, but I think it has been done. I can't remember exactly every rotation since he's been here since 2017. But Um, I don't know what to make of Ji, but the team won. I mean, the team won 22 games last year, injury riddle season, and obviously they chose not to win some games later on in the season. I think actually, even with the injury riddle season, if they would have tried to win some of those games down the stretch, I know they won the last game of the season, but if they wasn't openly tanking, I do think they instead of 22, they probably would have had like 25, 26 wins. So I believe fully healthy. I mean, I fully healthy, a little bit better, especially Markel being back. I think that I think they can improve 10 to 15, so they get you around because 10 would get you 30, get you 32. I think they could be around 35, 36, 37 wins because 37 would get you. Well, that would be a 15 win improvement, which I think that gets you into the play in, and we'll see from there. That's why I do think they can make the play in. Now they can obviously not make the play in, but I definitely think they can make the play in. That should be the goals to make the play in. It shouldn't be competing for the. It shouldn't be competing again to the lottery because again, where are these guys playing? Even if you had the number one pick had the number one pick again. Well, I guess if you had the number one pick, you already know who's playing. But if you have like the fifth pick or the third pick or the fourth pick, where are these guys going? Now you got to start getting rid of some of these guys. Like where are some of these guys going? You can't be holding on to Ji and Fultz and Suggs and Cole if you're starting to put in, and then you got two picks. You got two first round picks because you got Chicago pick as well. So you got to start. That's kind of why the 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 play to go after off the Donovan Mitchell makes a lot of sense actually. The more I've thought about it, the more I've gotten on board with it. I'm still leaning, like I say, 55 on not 55% not making the deal, 45% to make the deal. But it makes a lot of sense because eventually, what are you gonna do with this draft capital? You have to eventually make some players, draft some players, and if you do, where's everybody playing? Like, yeah, you're gonna end up dealing some of these guys anyway. So if you're gonna end up dealing some of these guys anyway, you might as well deal them to get Donovan Mitchell. So remember, let's see. Okay, you answer the question truthfully. What makes you think O line different when high rush for 1,000 yards? Um, well, I think the reason I think one Carlos Hyde, uh, Carl Hyde is a decent running back. I actually do think the offensive line is actually going to be better than the offensive line, but I think the threat. I mean, to be honest, the threat of Deshaun Watson made the running game appear. I mean, the threat. Like how I said about Lamar Miller. Even when Lamar Miller rushed for 1,000 yards, it was the toughest 1,000 yards he had to rush for. But when Lamar Miller and Deshaun Watson was on the field at the same time back, I think, with the 2018 season, the 2018 season, that's the best Lamar Miller looked as a Texan. I can't speak for him in Miami, but that was the best Lamar Miller looked as a Texan because Deshaun makes the running game go a little bit because of his threat, because you have to keep your eyes on him at all time. So he does, even though a ground game helps out the quarterback, rushing attack helps protect the quarterback, obviously, but it goes both ways. If you have a dual threat quarterback, it does protect and advance the rushing game. And I think like I said, I think Carlos Hyde is a better running back than Lamar Miller. I think Carlos Hyde is a better running back than David Johnson. I think Carlos Hyde. Do I think Carlos Hyde better than Marlon Mack? I do actually think they're kind of similar. The difference is Marlon Mack is coming off of a Achilles injury, if I'm not mistaken. I do think they're kind of in the same. I think they're kind of the same ilk. So if Deshaun Watson was here and Marlon Mack was fully healthy, Marlon Mack didn't have the injury concern because the year when they had Andrew Luck, Marlon Mack looked good with the Indianapolis Colts offense with a good offensive line. I think if Deshaun was still here and you had Marlon Mack fully healthy, I do think Marlon Mack possibly could rush for 1,000 yards. Don't know if he's gonna do that. with Davis Mills. Like you have to, you have, they're gonna load the. If he actually is starting to have a decent season, they're gonna start loading the box and start trying to force, Davis Mills to throw the football, or they could, or, I mean, they could clam. I mean, they can rush, send the rush after Davis Mills, and that would open up rush, open up run lanes for Marlon Mack. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't think that Marlon Mack is going to be the starter. I think he might start the season offensive starter, but I think that Damian Pierce is going to take over. And I don't think David Pierce is actually. I really actually don't think David Pierce is the running back of the future. I think he's a good, decent back. I think he's going to be. I think he'll be on the team for a while. I think he'd be a good second guy who dispose some carries. I do think you're going to need to get a running back. If you want a superstar running back, you're going to still need to get a running back via the draft or via trade, whatever the case may be. I don't think that Damian Pierce is going to be a superstar running back uh, like how Arian Foster was. But again, Arian Foster came undrafted, so who knows? Uh, he never really got the opportunity at Florida. He never really got the opportunity to get. I think he only had 100 yards once at Florida, and it was mostly because of he. I think he only had like 10 plus carries once at Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Like he didn't get that many carries in a game. So that's kind of where he's at. So because of that, I definitely think that I mean he got some shred on the tires, obviously, but I don't know. I know I can't wait to see what happens in the preseason, and I can have a better assessment and see how he looks on the NFL roster. Even though I know it's the preseason, see exactly how he looks, and I probably could tell a little bit more about how he runs if he could be a guy who you can lean towards going to the future. I believe our offense line is better than yeah. Let's assume he's fully healthy. What's your ceiling on this team? Yeah, like I said, I think the Magic can make the play. I think the Magic can make the play in. Depending on who they play against, possibly. I mean, because the play is a one game thing. I mean, it actually don't even matter who you play against. I mean, if you just have it that night, like all this, like the NFL, like a football season, like a football player, like hey, you just got to be on that night. I mean, obviously the Magic weren't a better basketball team than both the Toronto or Milwaukee, and they were able to steal game one in both of those situations, especially the one in Toronto. If who knows, I'm not gonna say they're gonna get they can get into the playoffs, but I do think they can at the very least get into the play-in game. Only why Magic can make the playoffs is Russ is run. No, Russ. We don't need Russ. Russ is gonna stay in L.A. He's gonna stay. He's gonna stay a Laker. That's what he's gonna do. Remember that, bro. Last year's team lost 18 games by 6 points or less. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that is true. And like I say, they were trying to lose. The Magic were trying to lose down the stretch. They were trying to lose. They were trying to get into this. So I definitely, like I said, I definitely think this team could be a top team. I definitely did. Plus, Denver pick is coming also. Yeah, yeah, that's nothing too. We got Denver pick. So we got two picks this year, this in this coming up draft, and we got two picks I think in 2025. This one Denver. Like you're gonna eventually have to start making these picks. So either you like I say either use this capital to make a play to either go get a Donovan Mitchell or somebody, or you're gonna draft these players and have all these young players again. I mean, I mean, are you trying to be the youngest team in NBA history? I mean, you having all these young players, all these draft picks. Then what you doing? Like then what you doing with Ji and Fultz and Suggs and Cole? Like now you need to start moving some of these guys, and you like, well, dang, if you could have moved these guys a year or two ago, you can have Donovan Mitchell. So I definitely understand. I understand both sides. I understand want to keep the youth. I understand want to keep your own picks, but also definitely understand making the actual pulling the trigger and making the actual pick. If healthy, I can see for 38 and 44. Yeah, like I said, I said 15. I said 15 wins. 15 wins gets you 37. So yeah, 30, I mean that's the difference of one game. Who knows if you need the last game of the season to be a playoff game, a play-in game. So yeah, I could definitely see. So I could definitely see that's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. Davis Mills can make the running game better. How Davis Mills gonna make the running game better? Doing what? How? What Davis Mills doing to make the running game better? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, Terrence Lewis, hey, man, appreciate the super chat love, man. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Keep up the good work, my guy. Go Magic. Already, man. Appreciate the super chat love, man. Was it Taryn Lewis, man, appreciate that, bro. I really appreciate that. I appreciate the super chat love. Really appreciate that, bro. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Hey, like I say, I answer all questions. Super chats get the priority because it pops up. So I seen that thing pop up. I had to shout you out. Appreciate that, man. What's up, Waz? Hey, Waz. Hey, Waz. Hey, let everybody know I'm in the disc. Let everybody know I'm going live, man. Let everybody know I'm going live, man. Appreciate that, Waz. Donovan Mitchell would be good. Yeah, I agree. I actually agree. Donovan Mitchell would be a good fit, but 25 years old, slides in at the shooting guard. So you got Markelle Fultz, Donovan Mitchell, Franz Wagner, Paulo, and Wendell. I like that starting five. I like that. I like that starting five. The thing is, are you giving them Cole? Because if you're giving them Cole, so who's the first off the bench? I mean, if you give up Cole, you got Terrence Ross. Obviously, Terrence Ross will be the first off the bench. You still got Gary Harris. You're gonna still have Mo Bamba. Like Mo Bamba, Gary Harris, and Bo. You can't trade because you just re-signed those guys. So the guys who will be available to be traded is Suggs, RJ Cole, J.I., and Chuma. So you're giving up a combination. I believe the trades will be a combination of three of those five. Three of those five. So you're going to be playing musical chairs. Because the combination is going to be three of those five. Who do you trade out of those five? What three do you trade out of those five to acquire Donovan Mitchell? Me personally, I would want to keep Cole because of two things. One, the scoring off the bench. I think he could be a score. He could be a good scorer off the bench. And two, because I think Cole might be a glue guy. And he's one of those guys that's like a glue guy. He ain't the best player on the team. He not the second best player on the team. He not even the third best player on the team. But he's a glue guy. He's absolute glue guy. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Shout out to that boy Chris. Shout out to that boy Chris with the super chat love. Shout out to that boy Chris with the super chat love. Appreciate that. Whoa. According to the NFL, Pro Football, I don't get you talking about Pro Football Focus, Texans expect to do the worst in the 2022 than the previous two seasons. Also, they said Davis Mills playing in 22. Ah, snap. One way. Oh, there you go. Davis Mills playing in the 2022 doesn't convince the Texans he's the QB1. How you feel about Tom Brady recruiting a top 5 receiver, Julio? Support Spitz. Appreciate that, Chris. Shout out to Chris once again with the super chat love. Appreciate that, bro. But the thing, okay, I don't think because the last two seasons the Texans have only won 4 games. Don't think the Texans are going to win. I don't think the Texans are going to be a 4-win team. I don't think the Texans are going to just only win 4 games. I don't think the Texans are only going to win 4 games. I think they'd probably be around 5 or 6, 7 if they're lucky. It just hopes things break right because I think they're a better team. I think it's a better offensive line. I think the defense is going to be more improved, especially with Lovie Smith. Also with the addition of Jalen Petrie and Darius Stingley, I think the defense is going to be better. I think the team is going to be better coached. The approach is going to be better because Lovie Smith is a more qualified coach than David Culley. So I do think the Texans are going to be a better football team. And the thing is, they could only win 4 games still and actually look better because, like, the team in 2020 only won 4 games, but they look way better than the team last year that only won 4 games. So I do think the Texans will be a better football team. I think they'll win probably 5 or 6, which I know is not that much, but I I don't think the Texans are going to be the worst team in the NFL, but I do think they're going to be drafted in the top 10 still. Uh, and I definitely think they're going to be in the top 10. And yeah, I mean it's proven time, and now it got a little bit tougher now that this is definitely definitely known that John Michie's not gonna play, man. And like I say, prayers out to him. You know he's gonna be fighting leukemia, so prayers out to him, and hope he make a speedy recovery and able to come back and play football. That's a tough situation. I hate to hear that, but not having him is, I mean, not saying that the Texans were going to be counting on him because he's going to be the third receiver because you want Nico to step up. Obviously, Brandon Cook is going to be the number one guy, but you definitely want him to have improvement. And like we were talking about earlier with Marlon Mack and Damian Pierce, like the running game is going to help out the quarterback, but this is not a good running game. I mean, we don't know if it's gonna be a good running game. I don't think Davis Mills, unlike Deshaun Watson, can actually help the running game out versus him running himself in the threat of him actually running will actually help out the ground game. So it's gonna be more difficult. It's more difficult today than it was a week ago for Davis Mills to prove that he's the number one guy. You can't dispute that. Like that's undisputed. It's more difficult today with the news of John Michie than it was a week ago, and we didn't even know back then if John Michie would be ready for the season. Be ready for the season because of the whole injury. But we at least had anticipated he possibly could play later on this season. So knowing that he's not going to play at all definitely makes this a little bit more difficult, and it's going to be an uphill battle for him to prove. And me personally, I don't think he will. Like I've been saying, I'm going to reserve my judgment until the preseason. When the preseason get here, that's when we'll see exactly where he's at, where we're at with Davis Mills, and we'll go forward. As of right now, the jury's still out, but I think it's going to be a tough uphill battle for him to prove that he is the number one guy. And by Tom Brady recruiting Julio Jones, I think it's Julio's best chance to actually it's Julio's best chance to actually prove that he's the not prove, it's Julio's best chance to actually win a ring. Best situation. This is going to be his best situation. Tom Brady, he's obviously going to be the third guy, and I think he's basically going to be this year's Antonio Brown, like how they used Antonio Brown the last year and a half in Tampa. Basically, what they're going to do with Julio Jones. But like, hey, appreciate that, man. I appreciate that super chat love, Chris, man. Appreciate that, bro. Really appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that. Russ for Suds and Cole, stop it. Stop it. Stop the troll. Stop the troll. Stop the troll. What's up? What's good, X-Man? Trading for Russ would be reckless. Hey, don't pay him no attention. He's a Laker fan. He's trying to unload. Russell Westbrook. Don't pay him no mind. Don't. And what's up, X-Man? Don't pay him no mind at all. He's trolling. He's definitely trolling. Don't pay him no mind. I like friends. I'm just saying. My only concern about trading for Donovan Mitchell is that Cole Anthony was averaging close to 20 points per game before injury. If that was real, when I need Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell's a better player than Cole. And I don't see. I mean, are you starting Cole over Markelle Fultz? Are you starting Cole over Jalen Suggs? I think Cole's best attribute is him scoring off of the bench. I think his best attribute is scoring off of the bench, and I think him scoring off the bench, he's definitely in the conversation to win 6-man. Whoa! Hey, shout out to that boy Chris once again with the super chat love. Appreciate this. Shout out to that boy Chris one more time with the super chat love. So what were you saying about So what are you saying? 2020 Texans with Deshaun Watson and JJ Hop with a foreign 12 team to will be the 22 Texans will perform better. Not one hop went on the 2020 team. Nah. Well, I'm just saying that like you can win 4 games, and you can win more games and be a worse team than you were the previously. Like your record could be better than it was the year before, and you actually a worse team, and vice versa. Your record could be worse than it was the previous year, and you'd be a better team. If I'm not mistaken, the year the Chiefs won Super Bowl, their record was worse. They obviously didn't have the number one seed because the Ravens were number one seed that year. I think their record was worse, but they were a better team. Obviously, they won Super Bowl. Um, uh, the Texans' best team in franchise history is 2011. They were 10-6. Their best record is the following year, 2012. They were 12-4. Started off 5-0, then was 11-1 at one point. And my bad, y'all. My bad. My fault. My fault. My fault. My fault. My fault. My bad. My bad, y'all. So hate that just happened. Internet drop. So I had to go back and restart it. Uh, but we back. We back like we ain't never left. Like we back like we ain't never ever leave. I said, y'all make sure y'all come back. Make sure y'all come back. Make sure y'all come back. I'm sorry. Like I said, internet just completely dropped. Janky internet just completely dropped. So I said, yeah, make sure y'all come back now. Make sure y'all come back. Make sure. Send the notification out. Make sure everybody's back. Make sure everybody's back. But but yeah, but no, like but what I was saying though about uh, um, what I was saying though about the Texans though, Chris, what I was saying though was you can have a better team and have a worse record, and you can have a worse record and a better team. I I the, I'm not saying that this. I don't think this team is better. This team is obviously not better than the Texans 2020 team. I'm definitely not. I'm not saying that in the slightest that this team is better than the Texans because it has Deshaun Watson, and Davis Mills not better than Deshaun Watson. Um, yeah, Brandon Cooks, yeah, Will Fuller. Nobody on this defense is even though JJ wasn't peak JJ. I think that JJ is better than players on this team. So but most importantly, obviously Deshaun Watson. Also, not to mention you had Duke Johnson, things like that. So I definitely think that this team don't think this team is better than that 2020 team, but I think this team is better than last year's 4-win team, and this Texan team could only win 4 games. I think they're going to be better than. I think the 2022 Texans are going to be better than the 2021 Texans. Now I think the record's going to be. I think the record's going to show that, but who knows? I mean, it could be the same record. It could be a worse record. I mean, Jacksonville can improve. I mean, we got 2 of our wins in both seasons were against Jacksonville. We beat Jacksonville. We surprised the Chargers, and we beat the Titans in the rainstorm. So we could have not have those situations happen to us, and Jacksonville could be a very much improved team, and we only beat Jacksonville once, if not at all, and only win 2 games or 3 games. Like it's possible. Like again, the Texans 2 win 2-14 season back in 2013. I think that team is better than last year's Texan team, but that team only won 2 games. Like I think last year's Texan team probably was the worst Texan team. Like, I, maybe the original 2-14 team, like maybe the team back in was it 05? Yeah. Maybe the 2005 2-14 Texan team might be a worse team than last year's team, but I don't even think that. I think that team could beat last year's Texan team. I think I damn sure think that the inaugural season, because that defense would took out Davis Mills, like with Aaron Glenn and Marcus Coleman and Gary Walker and all them Jamie Sharper uh uh, Collie Wong and all them. Nah, yeah, that team could definitely beat last year's Texan team. And like I said, they won the same amount of games. But hey, man, appreciate Super Chat love, man. Sorry it dropped out. Appreciate Super Chat love, man. He was diagnosed with. Yeah, it's curable, but you still don't want no. You still don't want to hear. One don't want to hear it and don't want nobody to have it. And I mean, he's playing the sport. He's not just no working at a store or no working behind the desk. He's playing an actual physical sport where people is hitting him. So he definitely has to have his strength and things like that. He's playing a full contact sport. Um, so these are the best athletes of the world. Like these are the best athletes in the world. You have 250, 300, 400 pound grown men coming at you full speed, ready to slam you. You got to get your strength up, and like it's tough for fully healthy people to be in shape. So now you gotta work back from cancer, and then on top of that, getting the football shape. It's definitely an uphill battle. Like I say, prayers up to John Michie. Hope he gets better. Hope he gets a full fledged recovery, and he's out back on the football field playing football again. Hope everything goes good, and just like I said, hope everything goes good. And like I said, luckily he's in Houston, and well with the best medical cancer treatments in the world. Like people come from all over the United States, all over the world to come to Houston medical centers to get treated for cancer. So he is in a good area to actually get his treatment. I think it's too soon to label Cole Anthony. Whoa! Shout out to that boy Chris once again. Chris then pop back in. Shout out to boy Chris once again with the super chat love. Prediction as of now: who you got winning the Super Bowl and why? Ah, if I'm gonna go right now today with no preseason, in the AFC, I'm gonna have representing the AFC. I'm going to say Baltimore. I'm actually going to say Baltimore. I'm going to say the Ravens representing the AFC. Uh, and in the NFC, I'm going to say in the NFC. I might say Tampa. And you know what? I might say Tampa gonna win it. And that's how Tom Brady gonna lead. Tom Brady gonna get one more in Tampa and dip. That's what I think. I think it's gonna be Tampa, and he gonna get one more in dip. That's just me just saying something right now. Like I haven't I'm just saying I'm like this what I got as of right now. Um, because my Super Bowl pick last year was the Ravens beating Dallas. That actually was my going into the season last year. But obviously, Wichita gets hurt. Lamar Jackson gets hurt, and the Ravens don't even make the playoffs. And Dallas fell off because like Dallas does. And now I think Dallas is a weaker team. And I don't think the Rams are going to repeat. I don't think the Cardinals are going to do anything. Obviously, Seattle doesn't have anything with Seattle. I don't. I think it's too early for Trey Lance to come. The 49ers are a good team. I think it's too early for Trey Lance. I think the team in the NFC with the best situation is going to be Tampa because I would say Green Bay, but now Green Bay, even though they have Rodgers, they no longer have Devontae Adams. So I think Green Bay is at a weaker state. So yeah, I mean, I think it's really going to be a cakewalk, really, to be honest, for Tampa to get back in. I think it's going to be a cakewalk for Tampa to get back in, and I think it's going to be tougher in the AFC. And I just think that I think Lamar Jackson is not going to get paid, and he's going to make it virtually impossible for he's gonna make it virtually impossible for Baltimore not to pay him, and he's gonna make it so that it's damn near a 300 mil a 300 bag. He gonna take it that far, and I think that's the reason why I think they're gonna make the playoffs. But I think they're gonna lose to Tampa though. They're gonna lose to Tampa. I say the Bills coming out of the AFC. I hey I actually don't disagree with that. Um, I don't disagree with that at all. I don't think, even though y'all know I'm a huge Pat fan, I don't think Pat and them are going to make. I think they're going to make the playoffs, but they're going to be one of the last teams to get into the playoffs. Um, I've been saying this for months. People laugh at me, especially in the Discord, but I've been saying this for months. The Raiders are going to win the AFC West. The Raiders are going to win the AFC West. The Chargers are going to be the number two seed, and Kansas City is going to barely get in. In a dog fight with Denver. That's three of your playoff teams. I think the playoff teams in the AFC are going to be the Colts going to win the South. I think the Raiders are going to win the West. I think the Bills are going to win the East, and I think Baltimore's going to win the North. I think the Bengals are going to be the other. I think the Bengals are going to be a wild card. The four wild card teams. Is it four wild card teams? No, it's three wild card teams. I'm sorry. The three wild card teams are the Bengals. The three wild card teams are the Bengals, the Chargers, and the Chiefs. Those are the wild card teams. That's what I think. What do you think about the Raiders? I, I think they are the team everybody overlooking. Yeah, that's why I think the Raiders are going to be the. I feel like the Raiders are like people overlooked the Raiders last year, and people every time I say something about the Raiders, people like talk about. I'm like, well, the Raiders made the playoffs last year and had to fight to get in. And if you go look at the games last year, like the top 10 games of last year, like all the top 10 games that was played last season, like the Raiders were like in five of them. Like the Raiders were involved in like five of the top 10 games of the season last year. Like and if I'm not mistaken, I think they won either all five or won three out of five or something like that. Like, it was crazy, and the Raiders were in that game last year, in the playoff game against the Bengals, the team that went to the Super Bowl, and now they add Devontae Adams. I'm not saying the Raiders are going to the Super Bowl, but I do think they're going to win the division. Possibly could make at least win a playoff game, and get to the divisional round. So we'll definitely see exactly what they got. The Texans will lay an egg. The Texans gonna lay an egg. What kind of egg the Texans gonna lay? Oh yeah, you. That's what about Cole. Thinks the two. However, Hammond pretty much gave out the starting five, had Suggs and slot. Yeah, but like I said, like who are you starting over Cole? Who are you starting Cole in front of? Are you starting Cole in front of Suggs? Are you starting Cole in front of Markel? I don't think that you starting Cole in front of those guys. Uh, Because one, because if you put Cole in front of Suggs, that obviously your ball handler is going to be Markel. You hurting yourself defensively in that starting five, and you also weakening your bench of scoring because now you have no shooting. Well, even though you still wouldn't have no good shooting even with Cole there, but at least you have an actual score. That's the reason why I think he's better slide to be the sixth man. Um, that's why I think he's better slide to be a sixth man because I think he is better at this juncture as of right now. He's better scoring than both Cole. He's better scoring than both Suggs and Markel. Even though I think Markel's a more complete player than Cole, but he's a better score. Cole's a better scorer, and like especially since Markel lost his shot by since the draft or whatever. So I definitely think that you want to keep scoring on that bench. You want to have some way of scoring on the bench because if you're down, you're able to get back in the game, and or if you have a lead, you're able to maintain and keep and have the lead grow instead of taking a dip. Yeah, instead you taking a dip and you going down. Yeah, you going down when you don't have no scoring off the bench. So you definitely want to do. So you definitely um you definitely want to have you definitely want to have some type of scoring coming off of the bench. So that's why I think he's better slide for that. And that's the when I was talking about the whole Donovan Mitchell trade. And that type of situation when I was talking about the whole Donovan Mitchell trade, that's part of the reason why that's part of the reason why that you might want to pull the trigger on that trade. Like you might want to pull the trigger on that trade. Well, why you hesitate to pull the trigger on the trade rather because now you're getting rid of a scoring piece in Cole, and I believe even more importantly than his scoring off the bench. Because I do think you do have Terrence Ross. Because you do have Terrence Ross. I think if you make that trade, then you probably would keep. If you make that exact trade, then I think you probably would keep Terrence Ross because you might be in a better situation with Donovan Mitchell than you were ever with Vooch and AG. Just be honest. Like even though it's one compared to two players, Donovan Mitchell is thought of as a better player than Nikola, a guy who's been to the playoffs a couple times in the West. Now you're talking about a guy that you put into the playoffs in the East, in the Eastern Conference. A guy who's 20 points, 23 points, 24 points, 25 and 26 points respectively. So three straight All Pro. I mean All Pro football. I'm sorry, three straight All Star. So because of that, you're in a better situation. So if you do make the trade that was proposed with Suggs, J.I., and Cole, you probably would keep Terrence Ross. So he would be your sixth man. He would be your scorer. But the difference with that is, if without Cole, the thing I think that's most important when it comes to Cole is that he's a core piece. He's a core piece. He's a core centerpiece. He's a guy who he's a core centerpiece. He's a guy who keeps the team together. He's a guy who keeps keeps everything. He's a guy who keeps the team together. He's a guy who then keeps everybody close. He's going out during the draft on every draft, welcoming the draft teammates. He was there at the draft last year, excited for Suggs, excited for Franz Wagner, and goes up to him immediately after they get drafted and introduce Cole Anthony. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hey, get on. You draft Paulo number one. He immediately goes out to find Paulo and goes out and works with Paulo. He's staying in the mix with the team. He's invested very in the team. I think he's a glue guy. That's the reason why I don't want to get rid of Cole. That's the reason why I don't want to get rid of Cole. So because of that, that's why I say I'm 55 on not making the trade, but I'm 45 on making the trade as is, because I do understand adding Donovan Mitchell into that mix, having him on side of Paolo. Like I said, starting five is a very good starting five in my personal opinion. A very good foundational starting five. He's only 25 years old. I think he turns 26 mid-season. Okay, so he fits the timeline. Hey, let's get it. Let's definitely get it. I definitely think that's something that's definitely something that you can, will, and should explore. Not saying you should pull the trigger, but definitely can and will and should explore the options. Cole Anthony Suggs will play shooting guard. Markel is the point. Yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree because no, Markel is Markel out of the three. Markel is definitely the better ball handler. I think Paulo might be a better ball handler and distributor than Markel, but Markel is a definitely good playmaker and a definitely good ball handler. Jalen Green going to average 25 this season. Also, KD will be nice on Boston. Jalen Green probably can't average 25 because I could definitely see them force feeding him and letting them run. I think that Jalen Green has score. I think Jalen Green has scoring title capability. That's one of the reasons why I wanted Jalen Green a year ago. I definitely think that Jalen Green has scoring title capability. I don't know if anybody on the Magic actually has scoring title capability. I mean, maybe possibly Paolo if you force it. Maybe like I do see rumblings and shades of Melo, but I don't know if he's a full just a scoring leader in the NBA. I definitely think that Jalen Green is. I'm not one of those people who once somebody's on another team, if I like that person going in, I like that person. If I like that person going in, I like that person going in. If I wanted to draft that person, I wanted to draft that. I'm no matter whether I still, as long as unless something has changed with said person, he falls off or whatever. I don't change my view, and I definitely think that Jalen Green was the best player in last year's draft, and I definitely think he has scoring title capabilities. Russ will be nice in the Magic. Stop. Is this about the Texans? Oh, I'm sorry, Magic. They call you. They call you the Magic case. That's what all. Stop it. Why are you here? Well, why are you here, Ashmael? Ashmael, what are you doing? Ashmael, what are you doing? Ashmael, what are you doing? Stop it, Ashmael. No, I say the Raiders definitely doing something further than that because with the man Adams, they got 100% better. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Man, you got to talk to Hunter again into the Discord. I have no controls over the Discord. I have no controls over the Discord, none whatsoever, none whatsoever at all. Hey, so thing is, now the Texans have gotten the red helmets. Have y'all seen everybody else helmets? Like all the new helmets that have dropped. I mean, uh, which helmet is the best? Why what? I think the Bengals might have the best helmets. Like the Bengals and the Saints. That Saints helmet clean. They're black with the Saint logo, and they got a whole bunch of little bit Saint logos going. That helmet clean. The Eagles helmet is like okay. Like the Eagles, it's black. They helmets were so dark green, they kind of look black anyway. So I think they would have been better if they would have had white helmets, but white helmets with a green wing that would have been clean, or gray helmets, like a gray and silver helmets. But Dallas got some white helmets, they straight. The Cardinals helmet is cool. That orange and the blue. I mean, it's alright. It's kind of like it's a bright orange. It kind of sticks out a little bit, which is probably what they leaning towards. Uh, who else? Carolina. I like the Carolina helmets when I first seen them, and then I seen it's that like that stale black. It's not like a metallic shine black. So, like it could have been better. I like the theme, but like I said, to me the two best helmets is the Saints and the The two best helmets to me are the Saints and um uh um the Bengals. Like that Bengals helmet. Like when they wear they color rush, when they wear their color rush and wear they're all white, that's gonna be clean. That's gonna be right. That's gonna be right. And also same thing with the Cardinals when they wear they all black. Last year they had the all black with the white helmet. So yeah, when they wear they all black and with the black helmets, they black out. That's gonna be nice. Like that's gonna be a little nasty. I definitely like that. Texans by far have the best helmet, if not top three. Uh, the best helmet, if not top three. Let me see. Let me go see. Let me go look. Let me take a look see. Let me take a look see. Let me take a look see. You say if not top three. If not top three. Let me take a look see. I ain't gonna say top three. I mean, I ain't gonna say number one. I mean, I'm not. They not. I'll put it this way. They not number one to me. Like they not number one. They not number one to me. But hey, that's just me. I actually want to see the white helmet. I wish they would have got the white helmet. I wish they would have brought the white helmet back. I definitely want to see that. So let's see what they got. Let's definitely see what they got. Now everything ain't taking forever to load up, so I can't pull it up. I don't know why it's taking forever to load up. Like it's really tripping right now. It's just something about that red on the helmet. You just like the red on the helmet. I see. You just like the red. I mean, like don't get me wrong. I think the helmet clean. I definitely think the helmet clean. I would have liked it better if they would have got the like I said they would have got the red helmet. And I mean if they would have got the white helmet, I think that would have been a little bit more better. If they would have got the white helmet, I definitely think that would look. I think that would have been a little bit more better. But we'll see though. We'll definitely see. I do think that would have been better if they would have got the white helmet. I think the white helmet would have been a little bit more better. I don't know why this thing is taking forever to pull up. It's not pulling up, so I can't look at everybody's helmet for some reason. Like it's really tripping right now. But I mean it's straight, and I do like they gonna wear it with the red jerseys. Maybe red. No, nah, that'd be kind of weird. Like a blue jersey, red pants, and red helmet. So I do think they need to when they wear the red helmets, they need to wear the red pants. Like they need to just go ahead all like just full out all red pants, red jerseys, red helmets. If they're gonna do the red, just do the whole red, just do the whole entire red, like everything red. Like if they gonna do it red, do the whole thing red. That's exactly what they need to do. That's exactly what they need to do. If they gonna start it, if they gonna start it, they definitely need to finish it. That's exactly what they need to do. If they gonna start it, they definitely need to finish it. I hope we wear the all red uniforms instead. Yeah. Yeah, like I say, that's exactly what they need to do. That's exactly what they need to do. But I mean, everybody then went crazy when it comes to these helmets. Like everybody, I didn't really think it was gonna be that big of a phenomenon when it comes to the helmets. I didn't think it's gonna be just a whole bunch of just everybody wearing helmets, everybody getting new helmets. I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a deal until I seen I seen Carolina first. I mean, I seen the Texans first, then I seen Carolina get their helmets, and then I didn't see the Cardinals. Was it the who did I see? Who I see next? I heard about the Cardinals, but I didn't see it. Who did I see next? It was somebody. Oh, the Jets. I seen the Jets get their helmets because they got black helmets. And then I heard about the Cardinals, and next thing I know, like everybody had new helmets. Fuller return. Would you do it? Would I return? Would I let Will Fuller return to Houston? Uh, You're not going to be able to use Will Fuller the way you want to because, um, like one Will Fuller is faster than Brandon Cooks, and Will Fuller is different. He's opposite than Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is more dangerous pre-snap. I mean, more dangerous post-snap, and Fuller is more dangerous. Well, I said that wrong. He's more Will Fuller. Will Fuller is more dangerous before pre-catch. Cooks is more dangerous post-catch. What I mean by that, Cooks is his most dangerous. Don't get me wrong, Cooks can run by somebody, but Cooks is more dangerous getting the ball in his hands, making somebody miss, and making somebody miss and take it to the house. If you see a lot of his big catches, a lot of his big plays, even with Deshaun, he would catch the football, he'd make a couple people move, miss, and he's taking it to the house. Like the game against Jacksonville. If I'm not mistaken, I think he did twice at Jacksonville. He did with Davis Mills and he did with Deshaun Watson. Will Fuller, on the other hand, Will Fuller is more dangerous catching the football. I mean, Will Fuller more dangerous is making somebody miss and he down the field wide open, Deshaun or Brock Osweiler dropping it and he's scoring the touchdown. You go back and look at this open the game against Chicago. He shredded Chicago. If he wouldn't have dropped that one pass, he would have had 200 yards and 2 touchdowns his debut. The next game against Kansas City, same thing. And then we all know what happened in the playoffs when he drops the catch against the Patriots in the playoff game. Then he gets Deshaun Watson. We see all the Sunday game against the Chiefs, the game against the Titans when you score 50-something points, game against the Browns, the 2 touchdowns, how he just shredded the Legion of Boom twice at Seattle. Then we see how he did the Titans with Deshaun Watson. The very first time they did the whole slime season when he scores over Malcolm Butler, and then what I think was the game of the year in 2020, the overtime game when Derrick Henry walks off, he gets the walk-off touchdown, in overtime. How he dominated that game. The game against New Orleans. I just so many games that the game against the Falcons. When he scores 20 yards and 3 touchdowns, like so many games. But and I say all to say, like the way he just beats the defense, that's where he's most effective at. Davis Mills doesn't have an arm to be that most effective, to actually take advantage of that said situation. So because of that, I don't know how beneficial Will Fuller would be to Davis Mills. I don't know how beneficial he'll be, not to mention the injuries, not to mention the catching. I do think that Pep would like to have somebody like that in his office, because I think Pep offense predicates on throwing the ball downfield. So you definitely want a guy. You definitely would take a fast receiver, but you don't have a guy who is throwing like that. You don't have a big, strong guy in the pocket. If Mills get Fuller, he's throwing the ball out of the stadium. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. The game against the Saints. Yeah, like I said, the game against the Saints. I'm sorry, but Watson looked clean in Browns uniform at media day. I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. I don't know. I've not seen no photos of him outside of him in like a practice jersey. That's the only thing I've seen. Does Murray make the team in your opinion? Probably. Way too soon. Eastern Conference power rankings: Celtics, Bucks, Heat, Sixers, Nets, Bulls, Raptors, Hawks, Magic, Hornets. So you have the Magic over the Hornets. Interesting. So by that, I think it will be the Magic. I think it will be the Magic and the Hawks in the playing game. Because if you got the Celtics 1, Bucks 2, Heat 3, Sixers 4, Nets 5, Bulls 6, they all clear. They don't have to worry about the play-in. It's the seventh and the eighth seed. They got to worry about the ninth and the 10th seed. So if I'm not mistaken, I think the playoff. I think the playing game is the 10 versus 7 and 8 versus 9. I mean that's how normally the playoffs normally play. Uh, or Yeah, I think that's how it normally plays. If I'm not mistaken, I know that this playing thing is very new. It's very new, and like this playing thing is very new. Because let me look at it exactly. Let me go and look exactly how the let me go to the NBA. 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 Let me see how the playing thing works. Let me look and see exactly how they did the playing. Uh, that's an actual playoff series. And when did the playoffs start? Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so okay. Oh, okay. So actually, no, that's not how they do it. They actually have They actually have 8 versus 7. They have 8 versus 7, and then the let's see how it goes. They have 8 versus 7. 8 versus 7, 9 versus 10, and then okay. Yeah, so the winner out of 8 versus 7 goes in, and then the loser faces the winner of 9 versus 10. Okay, so that means so that means by that logic, the Magic play the Hornets, and then the winner of that game will play the loser of the 7 8 seed. Okay, cool, got you. Spitz, let's be guys. Now I wasn't on Instagram. I was looking at something else. I was looking at the play. I actually looking at the playoff bracket. What's good, Swisher? What's good with you? Where's Cleveland? Where's the Raptors? Oh yeah, you know what? You right. Well, the Raptors. I don't see Cleveland. Look like The Raptors are 7. I don't see Cleveland. I guess he got Cleveland falling out. I don't know what the Nets gonna be if some of these trades go down. I have no idea what the Nets gonna be. If the I'm not reading your Russ thing. Does Marlon Mack still have gas in the tank? Damian Pierce becomes the starter by what week? I think that Marlon Mack will be okay. I don't think he'll rush for 1,000 yards, but I don't think he'll be the starter. I think Damian Pierce becomes the starting back But it's kind of a damn shame you got such an early bye week. I mean, your bye week is what, week 5. I would normally say by the bye week, but I think that's a little bit too early in this case because how early the bye week is. So I'll say Damian probably will take over. I say Damian probably take over. I will give him. I'll give him about week 9, week 8, week 9, week 8, week 9, which would be like a little less than 10 games left to go in the game, like left to go in the season. Like I think after like I said after 8 9 games, I think that he'll probably take over. So he'll probably take over with a good 7 to 8 games left of the season. 7 to 8 games left of the season to actually be the starter, and he might can get 1,000 yards depending on what he do. Depending on what he do. Pierce will get a lot of carries though. Yeah. I mean, I think he's gonna get some carries in the beginning. I think he's gonna prove that he's the better back, and I think he'll take over by like I say midway to the end of the year. Spitz, when Marlon man rush for 1,000 yards, you just know I have my receipts. That's fine. Hey, I have no problem admitting I was wrong about something. I have no problem admitting I was wrong about something. Just like I have no problem telling you I was right about something. So yeah, if Marlon Mack rushes for 1,000 yards, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all that Marlon Mack rushes for 1,000 yards. Uh, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm not mad. Uh, just like for instance, if Davis Mills proves to be the guy, I'm not mad because that's just more draft capital that you have that you don't have to use to draft a quarterback. You could use to help bolster up and make this defense a very, very, very scary defense. You can make this defense very, very, very scary if you do something like that. You can make this defense very, very scary if you able not to have to draft if you don't have to draft a quarterback. So we'll see. We'll see exactly. But yeah, I have no issue with Marlon Mack rushing for 1,000 yards. Actually, like Marlon Mack, I would actually want the Texans to go after Marlon Mack. I have no issue. I want them to go after Marlon Mack. I'm glad they went after Marlon Mack. So we'll see exactly what's gonna happen though, bro. Why people say the Texans got better, but they say they will only win 3 games. Uh, like I kind of addressed it a little bit earlier. Like you can be a better team and win less games. Like you can be a better team and win the same or less game. Just like you could win more games and not be a better team. Like for instance, in 2011, I believe that's the Texans' best. That's the best team. 2011 team. They went 10-6. The very next year in 2012 is the Texans' best record in franchise history at 12-4. Started off 5-0. At one point was 11-1. Fell off a little bit towards the end, but they would end up 12-4, which is the franchise best winning. Then that's not the best team. The 2012 Texan team is not the best team. 2011 is better than them. Uh, I could kind of make a case the 2019 Texas team is better than them. Obviously, they have a better quarterback in Deshaun versus better it's better than Matt Schaub. I mean, but that 2012 team does have peak JJ. That's the one thing that 2012 team does have peak JJ. That team does have peak JJ. I have to give you that. That team does have peak JJ. They do have peak JJ. They do. They definitely do. They have peak JJ, but I don't think that that's the best team. At the best, they're second best. I could kind of make a case that they're third best, but they have the best record. So you can have a good record or a worse record and not be the best team. So they could have the Texans the Texans are a better team. I believe Texans gonna be a better team. I think Texans gonna win more than 3 games. I think they're gonna win by 4. I think they're gonna win by 5 or 6. But they could win only 3 games and be a better team. is a scenario where Lovey Smith is one and done. Sean Payton, they're not hiring Sean Payton. Sean Payton gonna want too much control. They ain't gonna hire Sean Payton. They definitely not gonna hire Sean Payton. Green whips to the Texans. Yes, yes. Boy, bring the LSU connection down, man. Greedy. I already told y'all the Texans are going to get Christian Fulton. The plans to get Christian Fulton in 2024. So look out for the 2024 offseason. 2024 offseason, the Texans will sign Christian Fulton, which is the opposite corner of LSU when the LSU won. LSU Joe Burrow and them won the national champion. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Thaddeus Moss. You know who's opposite on who's in the secondary? On that secondary, it was Darius Sandler Jr. and Christian Fulton. Those are the two corners. Christian Fulton plays for the Titans. The Titans have a log jam when it comes to not only their secondary but their cornerback position. They won't be able to pay. Christian Fulton to the Houston Texans in 2024. I'm telling y'all right now. Christian Fulton to the Houston Texans in 2024. All right, this makes this. All right, this take might get Spitz to end the live. Marlon Mack will rush. I'm not even gonna read the rest of that. I'm not even gonna acknowledge that. I'm not gonna acknowledge that. I'm not even gonna read that. Do you think Nick should draft a center next draft? We will need a friend. Oh yeah, most definitely. Yes, you definitely want to start fixing the offensive line. Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to start making sure the offensive line is bolstered. If Davis Mills is the guy, or if you want to draft a C.J. Stroud or a Bryce Young, especially if you want to draft a Bryce Young, you don't want to put Bryce Young in the same situation you did with Deshaun. So you definitely want to have him have a good, solid offensive line. I mean, and possibly you probably have to get some of the weapons a little bit later on. I mean, you already got Michi, who is going to be recovering. Bolster the offensive line, bolster that defense. You're basically putting your quarterback in a way better position than you did with Deshaun, and you can always go out there and find playmakers on the outside. To be honest with you, I actually do. So yeah, you definitely go after the center, sign them both like we did with Manning and JJ. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Christian Fulton, Green Williams, and Derek Stingley. Like I say, that whole LSU corner, man. Listen here, you're gonna have both Christian Fulton and Derek Stingley on the outside, and have Greedy cover the slot. Man, that secondary be live, bro. That like no fly zone for reals. No fly zone for real. No fly zone for real. Like real talk, real talk. No fly zone at all. No fly zone at all. It will not be able to. No, it will not be able. Send it like they wanted. Uh, uh, um, yeah. That's Dang, what was it? What was that center name that I forgot what that center name that Ray was Ray was so hyped about last year. I mean, well, this past year, I forgot what that center name was. I mean, Ray was all about that center who if think the Ravens drafted, if I'm not mistaken. I definitely think the Ravens drafted him. That's part of the reason. I mean, the Ravens had a damn good draft. Got Kyle Hampton, who I felt was the best player in the draft. Uh, if the person asked me earlier, that's another reason why I definitely think that the Ravens make it out the AFC. Don't think they're gonna win, but I definitely think they can make it out the AFC, and that's part of the reason why they can be able to do something like that. Yeah, Linderbaum. Yeah, Tyler Linderbaum. You sure right. You sure right. That show was his name, Tyler Linderbaum. You sure right. Like I said, I ain't gonna sit in like I'm not a huge expert on offensive lineman. I mean, obviously I know when offensive lineman not good. Obviously, I know when offensive lineman is not good. Julian Davenport, Xavier Sulafillo, things like that. I know when offensive lineman is not good. Do I? I mean, And actually, I think they've also played better once they let the Texans. It's probably so there's a lot also the way the Texans were coached as well. Let's just say Saquon has a good season and does not resign with the Giants. The Texans can sign him and have. I mean, depending on what you sign in Saquon, man, Saquon when Saquon first came out, like Saquon's like first year, first 2 years, Saquon was a beast, but there was injuries. Kind of same thing with Zeke. One Zeke got well actually Zeke when Zeke got paid, it was a wrap for Zeke. Zeke then got fat. It's a wrap for Zeke. Uh, like it's always like when somebody gets paid, they get worse. Like when it comes to the running backs, like once they get paid, they start to fall off. Like Foster got paid after 2011. Foster played well in 2012, and then Foster had came back. He got hurt in 2013. Had a comeback season in 2014. So Foster still played worth his contract after he got paid. Uh, Derrick Henry get paid. Derrick Henry got paid going into the 2020 season. So Derrick Henry got paid before he got his 2,000 yards. So Derrick Henry got paid before he got 2,000 yards. So I definitely think that. So obviously Derrick Henry is definitely gonna be saying he got 2,000 yards after he got paid. So that's a whole nother thing. The Patriots, why is going secondary like Fulton and Greedy? Not to mention it always processes Super Bowl appearance, if not Super Bowl win. Yeah, I mean that's why I knew going into the draft that they. That's why I knew going into the draft they were going to find a way to target secondary. Like I said, if Nick Casario stays true, to his Patriot roots, if he stayed true to his Patriot roots, he was going to go after secondary because that's what they do. They always value secondary over pass rushing. So while people was talking about can't think of the guy's name out of Oregon. Thibodeau. When talk about Kayvon Thibodeau and Aiden Hutchinson. Don't know. We'll never know if Aiden Hutchinson was on the board if they would have went after Aiden Hutchinson. We would never know that. We would never know if the Houston Texans would have drafted Aiden Hutchinson if he was still on the board. We would never know that. I don't think so, but we'll never know. We'll never know. That's something that we never know, and I'm actually glad that we never know. I'm glad that we didn't get the opportunity because I'm very happy that we got Darius Stingley. But I did not. I knew they weren't going to go. I knew they was not going to draft Kayvon Thibodeau, even though all the mock drafts had him going at the Kayvon Thibodeau. I knew they weren't going to draft Kayvon Thibodeau. One, because he didn't fit the defense. That's one thing. And two, if he stays true to his if he stays true to his Patriots roots, what he did, they value secondary over pass rushing. They go out there and trade for Stephon Gilmore and pay Stephon Gilmore. They go out there and pay Darrelle Revis. They go out there and make the play for Brandon Browner. They go out there and make the play for Aqib Talib. They go out there and pay Ty Law. They go out there and make the play for Harrison. Was it not Rob Harrison? Rob Harrison? Harrison from the Chargers, the safety. They go out there and they make the play for corners after having Malcolm Butler. And they trade for Stephon Gilmore, then pay Stephon Gilmore in a division. Like they attack secondary. They let go of Richard Seymour. They let go. I mean, I know if they end up letting go of Malcolm Butler, but they let go of Chandler Jones. Is it Chandler Jones? Yeah. They let go of their pass rushers and guys as well. They let go of those guys. They don't pay those guys. They let those guys walk. They let their pass rushers and guys on the D line walk. They let those guys go. They have no. They win a Super Bowl with them or lose a Super Bowl with them, whatever. And they troop. They don't play them. They don't trade for them. They go and recycle them. They go recycle them. But secondary, they have invested. They've invested in their secondary numerous times. Sometimes multiple times. Like I said, they paid Brandon Bowden and Darrell Reeves at the same time. That's how they got Stephon. That's how they got the Super Bowl when they beat the beat Seattle. Like they go out there and pay and make a play for two. I can't believe I can't remember if they traded for Akeem Lee. They just paid them. But I know they went out there and they got Akeem Lee. I know Stephon Gilmore they traded for and paid them. So they go out there and make those type of moves. They don't do that when it comes to the pass rushers. So I knew that he was going to target value secondary. And we see exactly what happened. We definitely see exactly what happened. You know, what do you think about Mills being one of the worst, if not the worst overall on Madden? He's definitely not the worst overall on Madden. But 71 sounds about right, to be honest. I mean, especially when Matt Stafford, who just won a Super Bowl, is the 10th overall player on Madden, 10th overall quarterback on Madden with the 85. Y'all think Davis Mills deserves anywhere near the 80s? He's lucky to be in the 70s. If the 10th person on the top 10 has an 85, not an 89, an 85. Only 5 players have a 90 or above. Because Joe Burrow is 5th at 90. Dak is 6th at 89. Like from 6 below is 80 or less. So no, I have no problem with being 71. Everybody who's tripping about him being 71, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. Yeah, y'all are. Y'all stop being homeless. Stop being homeless. Should the Texans trade for the running back, for the Vikings running back? Nah, probably not. Probably not. You need to wait and see what you got with what you call it. I don't think they need to make a trade. Not right now. They don't need to make a trade right now. It's accurate that Mills is film ready. Andy Dalton. I don't know if he's Andy Dalton. I don't know if he's Andy Dalton. Actually, to be honest, if he is Andy Dalton, that means the Texans go to the playoffs like 5 straight years. He might not win a playoff game, but Texans go to the playoffs 5 straight years. I don't think he's. Like I said, to me, he's just. As of right now, he reminds me of Brock. As of right now, he definitely reminds me of Brock. Definitely reminds me of Brock. But, hey, I'm about to get ready to get out of here. Hey. Appreciate everybody that came through. I know the stream cut off a little bit earlier, but appreciate everybody who came back. I had more people come back. Hey, make sure you hit that like button. Got a whole bunch of people here, but the likes ain't going up. Make sure before you leave, before you do anything, hit the like button before you go. Make sure you hit that like button. Man, hey, appreciate everybody that came out there and sent the super chat love. Man, hey, appreciate everybody that sent super chat love. This I definitely appreciate. Y'all don't know how much I appreciate the super chat love, man. I definitely appreciate that. I mean, y'all just kept on sending them through multiple people, multiple times from start of the stream to the end of the stream. I appreciate all the super chat love. Everybody that sent it through. I appreciate that. I appreciate all y'all coming through. Shout out to Fox 26. Shout out Houston. Hey, shout out to Fox 26 for giving the platform. Hey, shout out to everybody in the round table. Wise, Wink, Ray, Hector, Tenny, Swisher, Honcho. Hey, shout out all y'all, man. Hey, appreciate everybody that came through and showed love, and appreciate all y'all. Shout out to all y'all for liking the stream, for commenting on the stream, sending all the comments out, watching me for the last hour and 30 minutes, last hour and a half. Appreciate y'all coming through, watching your boy for the last hour and a half. Definitely appreciate that. Appreciate y'all showing me all the love that y'all show me every single week on both my live streams, the one I do on Tuesdays and the one I do on Fridays. Hey, man, I appreciate all the love. I appreciate this so much. Thank you so much for showing love and coming through, like I say, commenting, sharing the stream, subscribing to the channel. Appreciate all that, man. Hey, I appreciate that. We're gonna be back again on Friday, same time. You already know how we do. Hey, everybody just make sure y'all come through. Videos gonna be posted through since training camp is starting. Got some text videos coming through. Magic fans, got something special for y'all too coming on this week as well. Got a very special video coming possibly the end of the week. next week, something like that. Special video coming, so y'all be on the lookout for that. Like I said, Texas fans, don't worry. Texas video is gonna be dropping very, very soon because of the whole training camp. Might be dropping tomorrow. You just never know. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Comment below if you haven't. Click that bell, get more videos. I holla.